counting voting nay. Our administrative reports. Bill,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just like, this time to thank.
please grab the microphone. It's sitting right there. Please grab
I'm
it.
not loud enough? Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to thank the community for coming out on Saturday and supporting our effort for Towards the Top. It was a huge success, and I thank the entire community. I'd like to thank the police department, all the fire departments, and a special thanks to Carol Parker for her fine organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Dan?
The board has a copy of my report. I covered the items tonight that were in that report of any significance. I'll answer any questions if there are any.
Any questions for Dan? Ms. Ward, the solicitor's report?
Sure. We've been working on finalizing. We finalized a couple agreements this month. We have been in bankruptcy court on a matter, a sheriff's sale matter we had scheduled, and that there's now a bankruptcy matter, so we've been in court on that. We have an upcoming code violation hearing this week, and we also received a motion from the other side that we're going to be in court on Wednesday to discuss their seeking of a stay. We were in Commonwealth Court on the Tower Code 2013 case, and we had oral argument, and now we're just waiting to hear back from the Commonwealth Court on their decision. And we also recently responded to a right to know appeal with the Office of Open Records, and hopefully that matter has been resolved. That and day-to-day legal matters.
Chief, you have something?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I do, actually. Well, first of all, I'd like to ask the board to consider permission to fill a vacant sergeant's position. That position went vacant when Sergeant Douglas took a rank decrease to go to the school resource officer. So since basically the beginning of the year, or June, the beginning of school year, that position has not been filled. Currently, you are paying for an officer in charge, and it goes by seniority. And so it is covered in the contract, but I happen to get time to start the process. They usually have about 6 weeks to study the books, and then there's also a written test as well as an interview. So I'd like to ask permission to the board to start that process.
Any questions for him on that? Is there a motion to...
I make that motion.
Motion is
Second.
seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion carries.
And I'd just like to add one thing. I'm sure everybody saw in the newspaper, we had a unique protest. We've had many since 2007. Believe it or not, approximately 12. Some were little, some were big. This year we had about 2,500 at the Consol Energy protest, but this one was a little bit different. So it blocked some traffic. The officers did a great job, but I've got to say, everyone that helped from our fire departments, our public works, EMS, state police, FBI, City of Pittsburgh, we accomplished it because of the, again, being able to work together and good communication. A little bit delayed. I had some complaints about people, believe it or not, wanting to get to work, but after they realized what we were going through, there's some people locking themselves up. They're called sleeping dragons, where they put their arms in piping, and you kind of have to get a EMT or a certified person to cut the piping. They gave themselves up, but of course they had people up in teepees, and they were probably about 20 foot tall. And unfortunately, you have to be very careful getting these people down so you don't injure them. They actually ended up surrendering. There was 2 arrests. But again, I want to thank all the first responders for coming out and helping, and the public works. Oh, well, that's coming up. Well, that's going to be this weekend. So again, watch us on television. The media's been notified. I think the paper.
I don't think anybody heard what he said.
I'm sorry?
What's this weekend? I don't think anybody heard what he said. Shop with the cop.
Shop at the Cop this weekend, this Saturday, yes. Just watch the news. We'll be on TV shopping with a bunch of kids.
Tell them about it, though.
Oh, well, just so everybody knows, and I think I talked a little bit last time, last year we had a generous company, actually it was Noble Energy in South Point, that donated $10,000 for us. They contacted us about Shop with a Cop. We've never done that before, ever. so it was new to all the officers, and the Cecil police officers volunteer their time. Cecil does not pay us, not that we want it, we do it for a good cause, but the officers get dressed and go to shop with the kids. Well, last year, some companies actually saw it on TV. One of them is Centimark. It's a roofing company in South Point. They contacted me. I looked them up, and they were really happy to donate $5,000. Well, I happened to meet with Walmart to talk to them about Shop at the Crop up in Washington, PA, and they actually came up with $10,000 on top of the $5,000, so we have a total of $15,000. And wonderful, and the kids actually, it's going to be approximately $441 per child. We have 34 students, and Ken McMillan again picks the students. It sounds like a lot of money, which is extremely a lot of money, but we all know what electronics cost. They can buy a game, and 2 games are about $120. So we're having a great time, and it's all about, again, the relationships. Some families may have seen some hardship, and we're there to, again, make their Christmas a wonderful time. So we're really excited about it, and this is our 2nd year, and cross our fingers, and we hope we get more support next year.
Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
Any general things from the supervisors?
Well, for Bruce, for the supervisors, I wanted to follow up on the problem at the corner of Calvin Road and I don't know what the name of the first road when you go into Montour, or the second road in the plan. The building, I think that you were there, or I'm sorry, that, not you, but the inspector.
My officer, Barron's.
Yeah, Barron's, Mike Barron's, was there 5 times.
They were provided with
Who's the microphone,
notification.
Bruce?
Pardon me?
They were provided with notification back in the middle of October of the cease and desist. And as of Friday, there's no outward signs of any violation on the property.
Okay, I have the dates from your reports, October 19th, the 24th, 25th, 31st, and November 13th. And I checked with Tom Secrete, who I believe had talked to you a number of times before this, going back a year. And the situation is still existing. He says there's been no change. That the building collapsed and the man rebuilt it.
Well, that was exempt from any type of permit. And I know that
How did we get to be exempt from a permit?
the Title 34 of the State Building Code exempts things of that nature.
Exempts what?
Title 34 of the Pennsylvania Code, which is the Uniform Construction Code, exempts those type of repairs to a building.
Well, the building fell apart, and it's on bricks.
Well, at this point, I know that our manager has also had conversations with the property owner, and at this point, we don't have enough of evidence to prove that there's any type of violation on the property.
Any type of what?
Any type of violation on the property.
Okay. I believe that he'll be in touch with you, but I'll let him know.
Okay.
That's
Thank you.
That's fine, thank you.